Hello friends, it's Alyssa back at you with some final facts. Today we're going to keep going with my three-part response to the State of the Union address. As you know, we already did part 1 on abortion, and part 2 today is going to be on the economy and poverty. And I'm actually going to be able to keep it short for you guys, unlike last time. But you know, it's hard to keep it under 2 minutes when you have a lot of facts to talk about. So let's get started. And before we get started, just a reminder, again, you guys, all of my stuff is fact-checked. All of my receipts are in the description. So if you're confused about anything, simply scroll down a little bit or go onto the YouTube link and check out the description. So that way you can see all of my sources and everything that I use to make this video. So, all right, so the economy. Let's talk about it. The bottom line is, you guys, Republicans, total Obama haters, you can keep ignoring every statistically backed chart and study that proves our current low unemployment is a direct result of the Obama admin, but that doesn't make them go away. Like, again, facts, feelings, these are facts. You guys can ignore them, but it doesn't make them not true. You see, the thing is, unemployment, especially for blacks and Hispanics, it was already on the downturn with the Obama admin. He was handed the worst economy, arguably one of the worst economies in American history, which, gosh, I would give anything to see what that economy would have looked like in 2008, 2009 if Trump had been handed that and not what it was like after Obama was able to dig us out of the hole. But I digress. Let me go ahead and read this source for you guys. Job growth has been remarkably consistent since the end of the recession in 2010. The 3.6 million jobs added in the 19 months since Trump took office are roughly comparable to the 3.9 million added in the previous 19 months under Obama. Likewise, unemployment has steadily declined, and wages have inched up at a slow but steady pace. On a graph of any of these metrics, the period before Trump took office is virtually indistinguishable from the period since. Again, don't take my word for it, you guys. Take the experts' word for it. So, you know, that's fine. If you want to praise Trump's economy right now because, yes, he has created some jobs, that's cool. I can admit that. Then you have to at least admit that Obama did just as good of a job because they're identical, you guys. They're identical. However, I want to point out, because Republicans always want to ignore this. They always want to kind of skip right over it, that low unemployment really doesn't mean much when we are winning in higher child poverty rates for a developed nation and the worst income inequality for a developed nation. I don't know if you guys know this, 1 in 5 children, that's 20%, you guys, 20 of U.S. kids are currently living in poverty. And 8% live in poverty so deep, what they call it deep poverty. It means that their families survive on an income less than half of the poverty line. And you guys might say, you know, who cares? You know, because again, Republicans, you guys will whine all day and be kind of selective about your anger because you'll say, hey, we can't let immigrants come in, or we can't, you know, let all these people come in at the border because we have to take care of our own. But then every time we do bring up in other instances, hey, we have a serious issue with poverty, you guys are like, oh, no, we don't. The economy's fine. The rich are doing good. So everybody else is fine. Everybody else is good. I just want to bring this to you guys' attention because, again, you guys always talk about the deficit and where are we going to get this money to do all of these things that we want to do that the left always wants to propose. I want you guys to know this. I didn't even know this. I mean, I knew it costed, you know, there was a cost to it, but I didn't know it was this much. So let me just tell you guys this. Did you know that the cost of child poverty alone results in a loss of productivity and higher rates of illness, crime, and homelessness totaling over $1 trillion annually? $1 trillion annually our child poverty costs us. Damn, I wonder what we could do with an extra $1 trillion. I wonder what we could do with an extra $5 trillion over 5 years. You know, we could probably fund Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal. We could evolve our welfare system. And hey, you know what, guys, Republicans, we could still have money left over for border security funding. What about that? So it's crazy. Did you not know that if we stop this, how much we would have left to work with? But again, you don't care. You know, you're going to use it as a talking point for the border, but for anything else, you guys don't care about us in poverty. And I can't talk about poverty or the economy or anything like that without mentioning this. It is also worth mentioning that all of these issues, so many of these problems that America faces today that are holding us back from true greatness, the real things that are holding us back from greatness, so many of these things could be paid for if we implemented taxation on the wealthy, much like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez proposes. And you know what, you guys? Her proposals are no different than the ones that helped America's economy boom for decades during the mid-20th century. And here's the thing with what Alexandria is proposing. No, don't listen to Republicans when they try to skew it and say they're going to take 70% of your income. They're not. They're not. The proposal is that let's say you make $10 million in 1 year. You make $10 million, you guys, annually. So here's what's going to happen. For that first $10 million, you're going to be taxed 30% or whatever it is normally for your bracket. And then after that $10 million, every bit after that, that is what's going to get taxed at 70%. And if you think that you need more money than that after earning 10 mil annually, then you can take your own advice that you give to all of us living in the working class. Just get another job and work harder. That's all you got to do if you want to keep more money. It just cracks me up that it's so many Republicans that get frustrated about the 70% thing, like as if you guys are ever going to make more, like as if you guys are ever going to make 10 million annually. Like most of you guys are sitting under 100 grand, under 50 grand, under 25 grand, sitting in poverty. You guys think this is going to affect you? This is going to help you. It's not going to hurt you. And I have to say, networks like Fox, they try to push that this is a surefire fail plan. Literally, you guys, I keep up. I watch everything. I don't watch just one side. I watch both because I want to know what's going on from all angles. And I want to know what I am going up against. And Fox, they will try to say that this is a failing plan only because they're like shining highlight reason is because millionaires and billionaires will just take their money elsewhere. They're just going to take their money elsewhere. If they don't want it to get taxed, so they're just going to take it. And what do they mean by elsewhere, you guys? Well, you know, take it to private offshore accounts and things that are probably illegal anyways, but who cares, right? Because they're wealthy. They can do whatever the hell they want. Because, you know, we have a system of laws, but I don't know if you've noticed this. In America, if something is illegal, what it means is it's legal for rich people. It's only illegal if you're poor. Because if you're rich and you have enough money, you can really do whatever the hell you want. But back to that other point. Am I crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that there's something wrong with the system whose very existence hangs on the decision of barely 3% of the population? Have you guys ever thought about this? So you're telling me if we ask these roughly 11 million millionaires, and you know what, not really, it's probably more like 10, it's probably not even 11 because mind you, it's just the ones making 10 mil plus annually. And anyone is a millionaire, you're defined as a millionaire if you make $1 million annually. So probably like 8 or 9 million. So you're telling me if we asked those 8 or 9 million, and then we asked 540 billionaires to, again, not change any part of their luxury lifestyle. They're not going to have to change really any part of their lifestyle. All they're going to do is simply shave some off the top so more Americans can get a chance at their own dreams. If we ask this of these people, Fox, Republicans, Tommy Lahren, you think they would all refuse to such severity that it would crush our economy? I mean, you know, I'll give you some credit. They're greedy ass people. I agree with you. It could. But here's two things about that, you guys. If your economy would crash because 3% of the population suddenly pulled out of it, I don't think you've got a very strong economy. And probably not much of a democracy either, if we're being honest. Two, if you know for a fact that's how greedy these people are, what the hell does it say about you for aspiring to be like them? Because that's all the Republican Party right now. All right, so that's it, you guys. That was economy and poverty. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. So again, this was part 2 of 3. We're going to be hitting you guys with part 3 here fairly soon. It's going to be on immigration and the border wall, so I know you guys are really going to want to stick around for that. As always, please check out my sponsor, Emilio Perez. I'm going to give some links below. Follow me on all my social media. Like, subscribe if you like what you see, and consider donating to help out the cause, to help support Final Facts independent journalism. And I will talk to you guys later. See you next time. Bye.